The forwards for the Bearcats tonight will be Todd Welch, number 21. He's a 6-foot senior. And also Nathan Rolfe, who...
Brought to you by this station and the Ad Council.
Google's Ford Chrysler have 7 different vehicles to choose from, all priced at $8,995. They all have automatic transmission and air conditioning, plus other great features. That's Google's Ford Chrysler, 1005 East Richards, here in Douglas. And we have a minute now past 4 o'clock here at KWIV. We're your home in the country here in Douglas. And we'll be going out to the Casper Event Center with the state tournament basketball game with the Douglas Bearcats going against Jackson right after this.
This is an outdoor tip from the Wyoming Game and Fish Department. A look at last year's hunting accident report in Wyoming makes one fact very clear. It is extremely unsafe to carry a loaded firearm in a vehicle. Unload, get that action open before even approaching a vehicle. An outdoor tip from the Wyoming Game and Fish Department.
Healthy People 2000, a new report from the Public Health Service, aims toward making sharp reductions in preventable diseases by the year 2000. Doctors of podiatric medicine can play a major role through early detection and treatment of diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and arthritis. But we need thousands more young people to enter the profession over the next decade. To learn more, call 1-800-FOOT-CARE. That's 1-800-FOOTCARE. A public service of this station and the American Podiatric Medical Association.
2 minutes past 4 o'clock here at KWIV Douglas, and we're going to go out to Tom Stokes with Bearcats basketball game out at the Casper Event Center.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Tom Stokes alongside me this afternoon. I have guest analyst Ace Halstead with me here this afternoon, and we're getting set for 3A state tournament action here as the Douglas boys getting set to take on the Jackson Broncs. The Bearcats come in with a 14-7 overall record on the year after taking second place at last weekend's regional tournament in Buffalo. The Jackson Broncs are the third-seeded team from the Western region. They come in with an overall record of 13-8 on the season, and we're looking for a really good game here from the Casper Events Center in this first round of action. We have a few scores to pass on to you just very quickly that will be of interest to everyone, I'm sure, starting with the boys. A big upset this morning as the Torrington Trailblazers, coming into the tournament undefeated on the year, were handed a loss by Powell, 58-56 this morning. So the Torrington Trailblazers lose for the first time, and they pick a bad time to do it here in the first round of the state tournament. So Powell advances into the semifinals. Torrington is into the consolation bracket. The other boys' game that has been played, Star Valley defeated Newcastle this afternoon, 66-54. So that sets one semifinal of Powell and Star Valley over on the boys' bracket. In girls' games today, another upset started out the morning as Thermopolis, the number 4 seed from the east, defeated the number 1 seed from the west, Wyoming, 47-42. And in the game just completed, it was the Jackson Lady Broncs defeating Torrington 63-49. And the second girls' game setting up a Jackson-Thermopolis semifinal tomorrow evening, and a Lyman-Torrington consolation game tomorrow morning. All of the 3A games will be at Casper College tomorrow. We're getting set for our starting lineups, and we'll come back for those after we take this 30-second timeout.
Curtin's Liquor in Douglas, where they're always high in spirits. Old Silas says, go Bearcats and show them what spirit is all about. This message is brought to you from Old Silas and Curtin's Package Liquor. Dingo Motors, proud to support Douglas youth at all their endeavors, academic, community projects, and sports. Dingo Motors wishes the girls and boys basketball teams the best of luck at regionals. Come home number 1.
My Realty Company in Douglas wants to be your realty company. Call any one of the complete real estate professionals at 358-6442. My Realty Company. Welcome back to the Casper Event Center as we get ready for a 3A state basketball action. The Douglas Bearcats taking on the Jackson Broncs. Douglas, of course, coming off of that tough loss to Torrington in Saturday night championship game in the regional tournament. Let's go ahead and start with your starting lineups here. First of all, for the Douglas Bearcats, they all have their same starting lineup they've had for a while now. Starting in the backcourt will be number 22, John Hardy, a 5'10" junior for the Bearcats. At the other guard, it's 54, Nathan Rolfe, a 6'1" junior for the Bearcats. At center, it's Mike Lehman, 51, a 6'1" senior for the Douglas Bearcats. And the forwards for Douglas will be number 21, Todd Welch, a 6-foot senior. And the other forward for the Bearcats, number 23, Chris Caskey, a 5'10" senior for the Bearcats. Head coach is Rich Yeaman. Assistants, Randy Sieg, John Hepp, and Mike Marcus for the Douglas Bearcats. An overall record of 14-7 on the year. For the Jackson Bronx, they will go with the starting lineup of, in the backcourt, number 11, Robert Turner, a 5'9" senior. The other guard will be Derek Berglund, number 32, a 5'9" senior for the Jackson Bronx. In the middle, their big man, their big scorer, Jace McKee, number 31, a 6'5" senior. And the forwards will be number 21, Eric Green. He's a 6'1" junior. And the other forward will be Chris Partridge, number 33, a 6'4" junior for the Jackson Hole Bronx. As we get set for action here, trying to fill in some numbers in my scorebook real fast here, as I didn't get a chance to get the starters before the game.
We'll open up with the opening tip-off here, Tom. Yeah.
Okay, it's Nathan Rolfe going up against McKee. Jackson gets it first, and the quick slam dunk from Shaynor. That's Ryan Shaynor gets the rollicking start back the other way. The Bearcats come down quickly. Welch misses a shot from the baseline. Rolfe with the rebound, no good, and on the rebound we're going to have a foul. Traveling violation called on Jackson after the rebound. Bearcats get it back. Inbounds comes to Rolfe. He cuts down the lane. Shot won't go, and Jackson comes out with the rebound. They bring the ball up quickly. It's Turner with the ball. Gets it on the far side to McKee. Still on the baseline. Spins around Lehman. Puts up the shot, and it drops. Jace McKee with his first basket, and Jackson off to the quick 4-0 lead here. Hardy back the other way for Douglas, gets it into Rolfe. He posts up, goes up for the short shot in the lane, and it's up and good. It's a 4-2. Bearcats showing pressure in the full court. Inbounds comes to McKee. His pass is tipped. Hardy going for it. Caskey comes up with it, gets it back to Hardy into the lane for Rolfe. Banks it a little bit too hard. Welch comes out with the rebound. Back to Rolfe, goes down the lane, lays it up, and good. Goes past two. Jackson Bronx that time, and ties the score up at 4. Full court pressure has broken this time. It's Turner who brings it down, gets it off to Jace McKee. He'll try the three-pointer from the baseline. Won't go. Long rebound comes out to Hardy. He's across midcourt for the Bearcats. Underneath for Lehman. Gets past McKee and lays it up too hard. Lehman lays it up too hard. Back the other way. Jackson on the fast break. 2-on-2. And the basket laid up and in by Derek Berglund. We're going fast and furious here in these first 2 minutes. It's right up and down the court. Douglas back the other way. Caskey has it up top. Back to Lehman here on the near side, 3-point range. Lehman looking for the cross-court pass. Now he gets it to Rolfe. Rolfe fakes, cuts down the lane, has it knocked away from behind. Pass knocked out of bounds by Ryan Shaynor. And checking into the lineup for Jackson will be number 44. That's John Wilson, a 6'5" junior. They've got a lot of size on this Jackson Bronx team. They grow them big down in Jackson. Inbound pass from Lehman into Hardy is tipped away. Jackson running the other way, and another fast break layup by Ryan Shaynor. It's 8-4. Jackson leads it as Hardy comes back the other way for the Bearcats. Pass on the near side for Caskey to Rolfe. Pulls up for the 10-footer. Won't go. Hardy underneath gets the rebound. His follow is no good. Lehman over the back for the rebound, and he'll pick up the personal here, I believe. Both teams really running here in this first quarter, and Jackson leads at 8-4 with 5:36 left in the quarter. Bearcats show full court pressure once again after the foul by Lehman. McKee gets across midcourt, gets double-teamed by Welch and Rolfe, and they force him into traveling. Turnover on Jackson, and the Bearcats will get the ball, trailing by 4 points. Hardy comes across midcourt. Has it on the far side, pulls up on the dribble, now gets it up top for Lehman. Cross-court pass, tipped, but Welch gets it back. Long jumper on the way, just inside the three-point stripe. And Todd Welch gets his first basket. It's 8-6. Bearcats trail. Back the other way. Jackson comes down quickly in the lane. Shot blocked by John Hardy against Shaynor. Bearcats running now. Hardy underneath for Lehman. Fakes once, banks it up. Good from the right side. Mike Lehman gets his first basket of the game, and we're tied up at 8. Full court pressure is broken. Lost underneath. Berglund comes up with it. It's blocked out of bounds by Nathan Rolfe. And Jackson will keep the ball. Bearcat fans up on their feet on that block by Rolfe. All tied up at 8, 4:42 left in the quarter. Pass comes in to Turner. They look in the low post for Wilson. Shot over Lehman, hits the side of the backboard, comes right back to Wilson. He misses the follow-up, and Rolfe out with the rebound. As he works his way up court, he's going to be fouled in the backcourt. I believe this one will go against Ryan Shaynor. No, they'll call it on Wilson, the big 6'5" junior, his first team foul on Jackson. And Douglas plays it in at midcourt. Hardy gets across the midcourt stripe. Pass on the far side goes to Caskey. Up top for Welch at the top of the key. Near side for Rolfe. Open from 15. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound is tipped. Wilson comes out with it. Long down court pass goes to Turner. Lays it up, no good. Tipped up by Shaynor, no good. And the Bearcats come out with the rebound. Long down court pass goes to Nathan Rolfe as he runs into 31 in the game, Jace McKee. And Nathan Rolfe called for the traveling violation. Halfway through this first quarter, all tied up at 8. It's been fast and furious here in this first quarter. Pass comes on the near side to Berglund. They swing it around on the far side to McKee, up to Wilson. Kick it over to the far baseline for Berglund. His three-pointer on the way, no good, and Welch pulls down the rebound. Gets it off to Hardy, who comes across midcourt. Picked up by Berglund on the defense. Over to Caskey, back up top for John Hardy. Cross court here for Welch, who's open, 19-footer. Off the back of the rim, rebound comes right back to Welch. He'll pull up from the free throw line and gets that one. Todd Welch with 4 points, and the Bearcats with their first lead in the game at 10-8. Full court pressure from the Bearcats. Shaynor has it, gets it across midcourt to Turner. On the near wing for Berglund. His pass is tipped by Lehman. McKee comes up with it. He's double-teamed. Ball is knocked loose, comes right back to McKee, and he lays it up and in. Jace McKee with 4 points for Jackson. We're all tied up at 10. Hardy back the other way for the Bearcats. Pass on the near side to Caskey. Spins down the baseline, kicks it back to Hardy, and he'll be fouled as he tries to cut towards the basket. About 3 Jackson players got a shot on Hardy that time. Let's see which one they give it to. And it looks like Shaynor will pick it up. All right, they'll call it on 32. Berglund picks up his second team foul. Bearcats play it in on their own baseline. Comes in to Welch, to Lehman in the corner. In the lane for Nathan Rolfe. Spins, shoots, and scores. Nathan Rolfe with 6 points. Once again, the full court pressure coming from Douglas. Shaynor has it in the backcourt. Pulls up on the dribble. Fires a long pass down to Berglund. In the lane for McKee. Shot partially blocked. And Lehman comes out with it for the Bearcats. Gets it off to Chris Caskey. He gets across midcourt and hands it off to Hardy. Hardy cuts down the left side. Kicks it out for Welch. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Todd Welch buries it, and he has 7 for the Bearcats, and they have the 15-10 lead with 2:10 left in the first quarter. Pass comes up to Turner across midcourt to Eric Green. He misses the shot, goes after his own rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Eric Green, apparently. So the Bearcats will get the ball back with a 5-point lead. Inbounds comes to Hardy. He'll come back the other way for the Bearcats. Pass on the far side for Todd Welch. Fakes, now drives baseline, pulls up for the 6-footer that drops. Todd Welch has another one. He's got 9 points in the first quarter for the Bearcats, and they have a 17-10 lead. Full court pressure again. Here's Shaynor, gets across midcourt, gets out of a double team, cuts down the lane, throws up a wild shot, no good. Follows his own rebound, puts it up good, and he's going to be fouled. Fouled from behind. As we'll have some new players in here for Jackson. Welch picks up the personal. That's his first and the second team foul. Jared Genzer checks in, a 6'1" senior. And also in Chris Partridge checks in for the first time. I had him as a starter, but I was wrong. Rebound no good. Partridge gets free throw no good. Partridge gets the rebound. And Lehman out with the rebound. There's Rolfe cutting down the right side. Can't get the shot to go. Follows up no good. And Jackson down with the ball. We'll have Hardy in the back court after the rebound, picking up a personal here, as he was on the back of Shaynor that time. John Hardy picks up his first, and that's the third team foul on the Bearcats. Jackson plays it in the back court. Turner gets the inbounds. He'll come across midcourt. Bearcats stay with their starting 5 out there. Partridge gets it back up top for Green. Pass is tipped by Caskey. He steals it, gets it off to Hardy in the forecourt. Gets past McKee, can't get the shot to drop, and Wilson gets the rebound. Steal at midcourt by Caskey. Bearcats have it back. Things getting wild out there. Hardy gets the pass and loses it out of bounds. I think both teams maybe should just take a deep breath here for a minute. Things getting just a little bit ragged here, as we're down to 52 seconds left in the quarter. Checking in for Douglas, Tom Tomlin in for the first time, and also David LaPlante checks in as Lehman sits down and Todd Welch sits down. Now Jeff Philo comes into the lineup. He'll replace John Hardy for the final 52 seconds of the quarter, and if I were a betting man, I'd say all three will be back at the start of the second here. Douglas leads at 17-12. Jackson has the ball. Pass on to the top for Jace McKee. Nearest side goes to Partridge. Swing it around on the baseline. McKee gets it. Gets past Tomlin. Puts up the 8-footer. It's up and good. Jace McKee with 6 points. 30 seconds left in the first quarter as Jeff Philo comes across midcourt. Philo gets past Partridge, and McKee picks him up, and Philo drags that pivot foot as he pulls up on the dribble along the baseline. Turnover, and it leaves Jackson with 24 seconds to come down and score again. They trail 17-14. Pass comes to Jace McKee in 3-point range. Swing it around now on the far side for Genzer. His pass underneath, lost out of bounds by Partridge. Bearcats get the ball now with 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Inbounds comes to Philo. He gets across midcourt. Pass on the near side for Rolfe. Rolfe dribbles once, gets it off to Philo. 3 seconds left. Philo will fire the three. It's a little bit short, and the rebound tipped out of bounds at the buzzer. So a score at the end of one quarter. Douglas leads it 17-14 over the Jackson Bronx. And we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Sponsoring the Bearcats are Converse Lumber Company, serving Converse County with quality lumber and hardware products since 1910. Call your lumber number 358-3151. Converse Lumber Company at 2nd and Oak in Douglas. And at Mini Mart, the coffee is always fresh to go in your choice of sizes 24 hours a day. Mini Mart at 714 South 4th Street in Douglas says Go Bearcats. Leading scorer for the Bearcats in the first quarter, Todd Welch had 9 points, Nathan Rolfe with 6, and Mike Lehman, the other 2 points for the Bearcats. They will get the ball first here in the second quarter. They have Caskey, Hardy, Rolfe, Welch, and Lehman starting 5 back in there. As Hardy brings it across midcourt, pulls up, gets it on the near side for Caskey, 3-point range, to Rolfe at the top of the lane, back up top for Welch, cross court for Lehman, into lane for Nathan Rolfe, double teamed, his pass stolen away by Turner, Jackson coming back the other way. Hardy goes for the steal, Turner gets away from him. Now he pulls up on the dribble, Cross-court pass comes to Berglund. In the corner, pass down in the corner to Shaynor, and it went right through his hands. He dropped it out of bounds. Bearcats will get it back. Boy, that first quarter was just up and down the court. Barely had a chance to catch our breath here. And the Bearcats lead at 17-14. Hardy across midcourt. Jackson has switched into a zone defense here. Pass comes to Nathan Rolfe. Goes up for it. It's short. Hardy tips the rebound out to himself. Keeps it alive on the baseline. He'll be called for the charge. He threw his elbow out there, threw his forearm, and knocked down, I believe that was Berglund along the baseline. So Hardy gets his second personal. He's been awfully foul-prone here towards the latter parts of the season, and he's one man the Bearcats can't afford to have out for long periods of time. Turner comes across midcourt. Gets the pass up to Ryan Shaynor. Looking in low, they get it to McKee. His short jumper is up and good. Jace McKee with the basket, averaging about 28 points a game for Jackson. As Hardy comes back the other way, it's a 1-point game. Pass to Lehman at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Welch on the far wing. Cross court for Caskey. He's open. He'll try it from three. It won't go. And McKee pulls down the rebound. McKee brings it across midcourt himself. Dishes off at the free throw line, off on the far wing to Berglund. Up top and coming up with the loose ball after Hardy tips the pass. It's Shaynor to swing it around, get it into McKee. His shot is blocked. Bearcats on the run the other way, 3-on-3. Hardy will pull up from 16. It's up and good. John Hardy gets the basket. And the Bearcats have that 3-point lead once again. Full court pressure by the Cats. It's Green with the ball, pulls up on the dribble now in the backcourt, passes back to Shaynor. Shaynor will get across midcourt. Splits two. Bearcats takes it all the way, lays it up and good from the left side. Robert Shaynor with 9 points for Jackson. As Hardy comes back the other way. Pass on the far side for Todd Welch. Pulls up on the dribble now. Cross court comes to Lehman. Inside for Nathan Rolfe. Shot over McKee. Bounces around the rim. Won't go, and we'll have a foul over the back on Jackson Bronk, I do believe.
Oh, no.
Oh, are they calling this on Hardy? Oh, my goodness.
On the fish underneath.
Well, he had the position. He had two Bronks over his back, and they give Hardy the foul, and that's his third. So problems for Coach Rich Yeaman as his quarterback on the court. John Hardy will have to come out with 3 personals. David Philo, the sophomore, checks in for Douglas. And going through the line, that's the 5th team foul already on Douglas. It's Berglund shooting the 1-and-1. He gets the first. And he'll get one more. 5:41 left in the quarter. That free throw ties us up at 19. And Jackson looking to get the lead back. Free throw is short, and Welch pulls down the rebound, gets it off to Dave Philo. Pass on the near side for Caskey to Rolfe. Cuts in the lane, lays it up and good. Nathan Rolfe coming in from the right side, got the pass from Caskey. Full court pressure, thrown away by Green. Rolfe comes up with it at midcourt. He'll pull up at the free throw line, shot off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Shaynor. Jackson back quickly the other way. Green works his way, Turner works his way into a double team, and we'll have a foul on Douglas here. Looks like Todd Welch will pick it up for the Bearcats. His second. So the Bearcats starting to pile up personal fouls here in the first half. Going through the line, it's Robert Turner. He'll shoot the 1-and-1 opportunity. Bearcats lead at 21-19. Turner at the line. It's on the way, and it's good, so he'll get another. .5:16 left in the second quarter. Second shot by Turner is up, and it's good, so he hits them both, and Jackson has the 1-point lead. Philo back the other way, kicks it outside for Caskey. I guess that was 1 point ahead. It is 21-21, isn't it? Caskey across the lane for Lehman. Up top for Caskey again, near side for Rolfe, has the screen, doesn't use it, gets it inside for Lehman, and he's tripped, and they'll call him for traveling.
Goodness, Tom, that was good thought. He tried to take it in there and just got tripped up a little bit.
It seems like it should have been the other official's call. The outside official called that one, and the man right under the basket kind of swallowed his whistle on that one.
Yeah, I agree.
They swing the pass here in the near corner to Berglund as Jackson comes back the other way. Up top for Shaynor, back to Berglund, open, won't take the three, cuts down the baseline. Pass across the baseline, comes to, that was Jared Genzer, and he's called for the traveling violations. He tried to put the fake on down the baseline. Back the other way, Rolfe gets it down low for Tomlin on the baseline. He gets it up to David Philo, near side for Rolfe, three-point range. Lob pass inside for Tomlin, turnaround jumper a little bit too hard. And Genzer pulls down the rebound. Jackson back the other way quickly. Shaynor has it, gets it to Turner. In the far corner for Genzer, back up to Turner, cuts in the lane, running one-hander, won't go. McKee gets the rebound, he goes back up with it. His shot won't go, rebound is tipped loose. McKee has it again, blocked from behind by Welch. He'll go up a third time, and this time he'll be fouled. Boy, Jace McKee just 6'5" and those long arms, and he's just reaching over everyone for those rebounds under there. They'll call Tomlin for the personal, his first. And McKee will go to the free throw line. He'll get two. The first one is good. Jace McKee with 7 points gives Jackson the lead once again, 22-21, as we'll have a substitution coming in here. Checking in for the Bronx, it's John Wilson back into the lineup. He'll replace Jared Genzer. And McKee going back to the line for his second shot. 3:57 left in the quarter as we see Chris Caskey up off the bench returning for the Bearcats.
Tom Chris has come in to replace Tomlin. It looks like ended up a little bump on his elbow or some kind of injury to his arm.
Second free throw by McKee is up and good. So Jackson has the 2-point lead. Caskey back quickly the other way, pulls up at the free throw, gets it off to Lehman for David Philo near side. Three-pointer is good. David Philo comes in and buries the three, and the Bearcats has a 1-point lead. Full court pressure again. Wilson has it, gets it to McKee. Up court to Turner. To Wilson at the top of the key, near side for Shaynor. Gets it inside for McKee, gets past Rolfe, spins, puts it up, no good, and we'll have a foul on the rebound. This one I hope will go on Jackson. I shouldn't say that. Last time I did, I was wrong.
We sure need to see those calls evened out a little bit. The Cats picked up a few, and
they'll call the foul on Ryan Shaynor, his first, as David Philo comes back the other way for Douglas. Philo near side to Todd Welch. Cross court for Caskey, up top for Philo. Near side again for Welch, open for three, off the back of the rim, no good, and McKee tips the rebound out of bounds. Bearcats will get it right back. So Douglas plays it in on their own baseline. Caskey will put the ball in. Long pass comes up top for David Philo. Gets it in the corner for Caskey. He's open, long jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Wilson pulls down the rebound, long outlet. Up to Berglund, and the pass is knocked away by Caskey. Philo comes out with the ball. And he's back the other way for the Bearcats. Looking down low for Rolfe, gets away from a double team. Puts the running hook up, it's a little bit short. Welch fights for the rebound, it's still loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Todd Welch. Well, give him an A for effort, he just couldn't corral the ball in. No, they will give the ball to Douglas. Pass comes in to Philo on the near side. Up top for Welch on the far side now for Caskey on the far wing. Back to David Philo. Gets double teamed, has his pass stolen away. Berglund comes out with it, long down court pass to Turner, and he'll lay it up and in. Fast break basket for the Bearcats. And what are they doing here? Holding up the ball. I'm not really sure why they stopped the clock there, but in any case, we're back to action. 2:25 left in the quarter. Jackson leads at 25-24. Pass on the far side for Welch, pulls up on the baseline for the jumper. It's short. McKee pulls down the rebound. Once again, the Bearcats not shooting particularly well, especially in this second quarter. Pass comes on the near side. Berglund will try it from 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Wilson gets the rebound, follows it up. No good. 3 Jackson Bronx there. Shot blocked by Nathan Rolfe as Wilson went back up with it. Bearcats back the other way trying to get the fast break, and the pass is tipped out of bounds by Turner, so the Bearcats will keep the ball. Bearcats need to start getting a little bit better position under those offensive boards. They're giving too many second and third shots to Jackson right now. Caskey gets the pass on the far wing up top for Todd Welch. Here on the near side, baseline to Lehman. They swing it back around for Welch. Three-pointer off the side of the rim. Philo chasing after the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Shaynor for Jackson, so the Bearcats will get it back once again with 1:41 left in the quarter. Caskey will play it in here right about at the near corner as we see Chris Partridge check back in for Jackson. Pass comes in to Rolfe. Knocked away, almost stolen by Turner, but it goes out of bounds, so the Bearcats get it back. Caskey will play it in bounds once again. Comes up top for Todd Welch. Pass at the high post for Lehman. People draped all over him. He gets the pass to Caskey, looking inside for Rolfe. Pass is low. Rolfe comes up with it, goes up with the shot around the rim, no good. And we've got a jump ball called on the rebound as Welch up there with Partridge. And the arrow pointing the Jackson way, so they'll play the ball in with 1:26 left in the quarter. Full court pressure by Douglas. Long inbounds comes to Turner. He tries to get around Welch just behind midcourt, and they'll call Todd Welch for the personal, so now he has 3. Welch with 3 and Hardy with 3 for the Bearcats. And we'll have Robert Turner at the free throw line shooting the 1-and-1. Turner is 2 of 2 from the line. Bearcats haven't been to the free throw line yet. Jackson's only been called for 3 fouls here in the first half. So Turner shoots the 1-and-1. First one on the way, and it's good. He'll get a second. Turner sets. Free throw is short. Rolfe pulls down the rebound. Gets the outlet to Caskey. He'll bring it across midcourt. Pass on the far side for Welch. Looking in low for Mike Lehman. Reverse layup. Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful play.
Just got the perfect spin on that one. And Mike Lehman gets oohs and ahs from the crowd on that one. Bearcats up, tied at 26. Long down court pass intended for Jace McKee is too long. It goes out of bounds. Bearcats will get the ball back. A minute left in this first half. Welch plays it in to David Philo. And what's the problem here? Oh, we had a Bearcat coming in to substitute when he wasn't supposed to. Just had to run out on the court. Shad Ballard to get up court, now back in play. Pass comes in to Lehman. High jump shot as he gets way off the ground for that one. Gets it over McKee. It's up and good. Mike Lehman with the basket gives the Bearcats the lead once again. Pass comes to Green in that full court pressure. He breaks the pressure, gets across midcourt, has it knocked away from behind, and we'll have a foul, I believe, on Caskey. Chris Caskey picks up his first. And now Shad Ballard will check in. He'll replace Welch. Watch for Ballard just setting up and firing the threes. That's kind of what Coach Yeaman looks for him to do is when he sends him in there. And back at the line, it's Robert Turner with the 1-and-1 opportunity again. Free throw on the way, and it's good. One more coming up. Down to 38 seconds left in the first half as Turner looks to tie up the game. Free throw is good. And now we'll stop the clock for a substitution. Jeff Philo checks in. And Caskey will sit down for the Bearcats. Philo comes up court. 33 seconds left as he gets across midcourt. Pass on the far wing for Jeff Philo. Back up top for Dave Philo. Near side now for Ballard. Cross court for Jeff Philo. Back to Dave Philo up top. Near side for Shad Ballard, looking in the high post for Rolfe. Gets the pass, goes up, shot good, and he's fouled. Nathan Rolfe gets the pass in the lane. As Rolfe posts up, they'll call the foul. On 31, Jace McKee picks up his first. So Rolf looks to complete the three-point play here. Nathan with 10 points. Taking an awful lot of shots in this first. That free throw up and good. And the Bearcats lead it by 3 with 13 seconds left. Long pass tipped out of bounds by Lehman as they tried to break the pressure by the long overhead pass. Intended for Turner, and it's knocked out of bounds by Lehman. Jackson will have 11 seconds to get a shot. Shaynor plays it in, gets the pass back now. Breaks through a couple of Bearcats. Lob pass underneath for McKee is tipped away. Jeff Philo comes out with it. Dave Philo tries the long jumper with 3 seconds left. Comes right back to him. Won't get it that time either. He wasn't quite sure how much time was left. He tried about a 35-foot shot that time, and there was still about 4 seconds left. Ball came right back to him. He put another one up. That wouldn't go either. So at the end of the first quarter, the Bearcats take the lead into the... They had a 3-point lead at the end of the first. They have a 3-point lead at the end of the second. It's 31-28. Douglas leading Jackson, and we'll be back after this 60-second timeout.
Commerce County Bank, your hometown bank in Douglas, wishes the Bearcats the best at regional basketball tournaments. Douglas boys and girls set standards for the rest of the state, and their standards are always high. Best of luck to you from the Converse County Bank. Where others have their branches, we have our roots. Member FDIC.
James A. Hardy, attorney at law, 900 South Grant Street in Douglas. Always proud to be a Douglas Bearcat sponsor. Call 358-6818. James and Karen Hardy wish the Douglas Bearcats success.
Doc Chimney Chimney Cleaning does complete chimney cleaning and sells accessories, and also carries Avalon and Hearthstone stoves and Ventura pellet stoves. Doc Chimney, 358-5420 in Douglas. Power Resources Highland Uranium Project, happy to support the Douglas Bearcats. Power Resources, dedicated to living and working in Converse County for a better economy and a safe environment. Good luck, Bearcats, from Power Resources.
Time here at the Casper Events Center as the Douglas Bearcats lead in this first round game by a score of 31-28. It's been an up and down quarter. Bearcats not shooting particularly well once again, but they're playing well enough to keep the lead. As Jackson seems content to run with the Bearcats in this first half. It got them off to a quick early start, but eventually kind of worked in the Bearcats' favor. Douglas fell down early by about 6 points and came back and took the lead. Had a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter at 17-14, and things were really back and forth in that second quarter. Bearcats hang on to the 3-point lead, though. It's 31-28 at halftime. And we'll be coming up with your halftime statistics and talk a little bit more about what's happened at the other games here at the state tournament so far after we take this 60-second timeout.
Proud to support Bearcat Sports, it's Boland's Food Market at 130 South 4th Street, your complete grocery store with quality meats and produce at reasonable prices. Boland's Food Market wishes the Bearcats the best of luck. And make McDonald's your breakfast stop. The 59-cent anytime menu includes sausage biscuit, short stack, or large coffee. The 59-cent anytime menu at McDonald's on West Yellowstone in Douglas. Proud to support Bearcat Sports is Dean Gully Motors, your winning Chevy dealer in Douglas. Dean Gully urges everyone to attend and support Douglas Bearcat Sports. And for a new Chevy car or truck, see Dean Gully Motors, your winning Chevy dealer in Douglas. And boost your investment income without boosting your tax bill with a Franklin Fund available through Clark Lupton and Equitable Financial Companies. For more information, call 358-2928.
Along with Ace Halstead sitting in with us this afternoon as our special guest analyst here on Bearcat basketball here on KWIV in Douglas. Bearcats lead at 31-28 at the half, running quickly over those games we talked about earlier this afternoon in earlier play in the 3A ranks. On the boys' side, a big upset this morning as the top-ranked team in the state, the Torrington Trailblazers, lose it 58-56 to the Powell Panthers this morning. So Torrington moves into the consolation bracket, and Powell advances to the semifinals. Corey Ostermiller was the leading scorer for Powell with 22 points. Kyle Smith, the big man for Torrington, scored 23 points. in a losing effort. As the Blazers go down, I understand Powell came out in a full-court press and just really gave Torrington all kinds of problems, and they came out flat anyhow and end up losing their first game all season, and they pick a really tough time to do it. In the other boys game that has been played, it was Star Valley defeating the defending state champion Newcastle 66-54 this afternoon, as a balanced attack from Star Valley saw Jason Cozier, Gardner, and also Charles Kleeman each scoring 12 apiece for Star Valley. High man for Newcastle was Richard Massman with 20 points, as Newcastle, it was a close game really, except for one stretch where Star Valley applied the pressure and scored 10 straight points, and they basically kept that margin pretty much for the rest of the game after getting the 10-point lead in the second quarter. In girls action so far in the state tournament, another upset started things out as Thermopolis, the number 4 seed from the East, defeated Wyoming 47-42. Kerry Linan had 20 points for Thermopolis, and Ginger Baird added 16 for Thermop as they beat the number 1 seed from the West, Wyman, 47-42. The other girls game saw the number 3 seed from the West beat the number 2 seed from the East. It was Jackson over Torrington, 63-49 in that game, and another really close game until the fourth quarter, and Jackson just kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter, winning it by 14. That sets up the Thermopolis-Jackson semifinal in the girls bracket. In games still to be played in the 3A ranks, after this Douglas-Jackson game, we'll have a girls game that will see Star Valley taking on Wheatland. The other boys game will be at 8 o'clock tonight, a game you'll hear on our sister station, FM 99, as Lander, the top seed from the West with an 18-2 record, will be taking on Glenrock, a 16-5 overall record for the Herders. That at 8 o'clock tonight. And the final game, the Douglas Lady Bearcats finish things up here at the Event Center tonight at 9:30. Another game which will be played, which will be heard on our sister station, FM 99. The Douglas Lady Bearcats will be taking on Warland, the 4th seed from the West. That game will be at 9:30 tonight here at the Casper Event Center. We'll take a look at your halftime statistics here coming up after we take this 60-second timeout.
Wishing the Bearcats the best of luck, Pacific Power and Light Company, serving Wyoming's power needs with ever-increasing efficiency. Good luck from Pacific Power and Light. Register each week at Boland's Food Market to win one $50 and two $25 grocery gift certificates. Boland's Food Market, your hometown grocer in Douglas at 130 South 4th Street. Russell Construction is your complete general contractor in Douglas, doing commercial and residential construction. Call Glenn or Ron at 358-3788.
At Curtin's Packaged Liquors, they're never low in spirits. Use their convenient drive-up window. Curtin's in downtown Douglas, a proud Bearcat sponsor, wishing the Bearcats the best of luck all the way to state. Key Bank of Wyoming for complete banking services, from checking and savings to brokerage services. Key Bank in Douglas at 240 South 4th Street. And for all your insurance needs, call Bert Butcher, your State Farm insurance agent in Douglas, 358-2996. Bert Butcher and State Farm, wishing the Bearcats good luck.
Oh, wasn't paying attention. Welcome back to the Casper Event Center. Our score at halftime, Douglas leads at 31-28. Leading scorer for Bearcats at halftime, Nathan Rolfe with 11 points for Douglas. He was 5 of 16 from the field in that first half. He was really, his arm is probably tired and probably icing him down right now. Took 16 shots in the first half, hit 5. Also 1 of 1 from the line for 11 points for Nathan Rolfe in the first half. Todd Welch, 4 of 9 from the field, including 1 for 3 from 3-point range. He has 9 points at halftime. Mike Lehman, 3 of 5 from the field for 6 points. David Philo came in, hit a 3-pointer for 3 points, and John Hardy has 2 points at halftime, 1 of 2 from the field. Overall, Bearcats 13 of 36 from the field. That includes 1 out of 5 from 3-point range, and only took 1 free throw in that first half, which was made by Nathan Rolfe. For Jackson, leading scorer at the half is Jace McKee with 10 points. He's 4 of 8 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. 9 points for Ryan Shanor in the quarter. 7 points for Robert Turner. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 3 points for Derek Berglund, and those are the only 4 in the scorebook. at the half for Jackson. They were 10 of 30 from the field, so neither team exactly shooting the lights out here this afternoon. And they were 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Bearcats lead at 31-28 at the end of the first half, and we'll be set for a second half action after we take this 30-second timeout.
Some more of your proud Bearcat boosters include North Platte Physical Therapy at 1837 Medora in Douglas. Stop in and talk with Chuck Mangus about their complete physical therapy services and how they can help you. North Platte Physical Therapy, 358-9464. And Johnston Realty at 126 North 4th urges you to support the Bearcat athletic program whenever possible. Best wishes this season, Bearcats, from the friendly sign changers at Johnston Realty. Phone 358-3198.
Getting set to start out this third quarter of action here at the Casper Event Center. It's first round action of the 3A state tournament. Jackson coming in with an overall record of 13-7, 13-8, excuse me. That's good. So Nathan Rolfe, he must have gotten rest on that arm because he comes out firing here in the third quarter and hits his first one. Bearcats pressure in the backcourt. They get it to Wilson across midcourt, now to Turner. Pass comes on the near side to Shaynor, back up top to Turner. Turner kicks it off on the far wing for Wilson to Shaynor, underneath for Jace McKee. Good, and he's fouled from behind by Nathan Rolfe. Not a smart foul by Nathan Rolfe as McKee had the basket pretty well sewn up that time. Nathan Rolfe will pick up his first and the first team foul. Bearcats in foul trouble include John Hardy and Todd Welch, each with 3 personals for the Bearcats. No one with more than 1 for Jackson. As McKee goes to the line to complete the three-point play, and he does it. And it's a 33-31 game. Bearcats lead it by 2. Back the other way. Hardy gets it to Caskey, back up to Hardy, looking in the low post for Rolfe, kicks it off for Welch. Long jumper on the way, and it's up and good. Todd Welch gets the basket for the Bearcats. Full court pressure again. Bounce pass stolen in the backcourt by Hardy. He gets it to Rolfe. Rolfe comes in from the right side. Won't go, but he'll be fouled. Looks like Wilson will pick it up for Jackson. John Wilson picks up his second, and Nathan Rolfe will go to the line after the steal in the backcourt by John Hardy.
I'll tell you, Tom, that backcourt pressure with their full court press, the Cats are really looking good, and that's what happens. You end up creating turnovers. It's really starting to pay off for them, and I'm sure they'll keep up the pressure throughout the game.
It works a lot better when they have John Hardy in there. They really missed him in that second quarter.
John has a lot of quickness and really gets around the floor, puts a crowd on that pressure.
Nathan Rolfe hits both free throws. Full court pressure again by the Bearcats. Pass tipped away by Hardy again. Steals it again. Three-pointer on the way by Hardy. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Lehman comes in. Jumps up and tips it right back in. Mike Lehman. Jackson back quickly the other way. Turner beats everyone back. Lays it up and good. So the Bearcats get the big basket one way and then give up the easy one the other way. They lead at 37-35. I think they put a basket up on the wrong team up on our scoreboard here. Caskey will try the long jumper. It's good from just inside the three-point line. Chris Caskey gets it. Inbounds comes to Wilson in the backcourt. Gets it up to Berglund across midcourt. He gets it off to McKee. Drives past Welch. Lays it up and good. Jace McKee with the basket. As the Bearcats back quickly the other way, Hardy gets it near side for Welch. Three-point range, won't take it. Back up top for Hardy. For Welch on the near side again, back to Hardy. Looking down low, they hit Rolfe. Turnaround jumper over Wilson, won't go, and Welch over the back. He'll pick up his fourth. Another not really very smart foul by the Bearcats, and that's going to hurt as Welch will pick up his fourth and likely be gone for about the next quarter. Tomlin up off the bench quickly for the Bearcats. He'll replace Todd Welch. (41-35). Bearcats lead it with 6 minutes left in the quarter. Pass comes on the far side to Berglund. Up top for Turner. He'll try from 3. No good. Rebound comes off to McKee. No good. McKee gets it back. Good, and he's fouled again. Jace McKee looking for another 3-point play here. McKee already with 7 points in the quarter, and we've only played 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Foul called on Rolfe for the Bearcats, his second, and Jace McKee looks to complete the 3-point play. It's on the way, and it's good. Cuts the lead back down to 3 points. Hardy across midcourt for the Bearcats. Gets it to Chris Caskey on the far side. To Rolfe. High post. Kicks it off to Tomlin. He's open. He leaves it short from about 8 feet. Rolfe with the rebound. It's blocked, and he's fouled. Nathan Rolfe with the offensive rebound, and he draws the foul. They'll give this one to Shaynor. Ryan Shaynor picks up his second, and Rolfe will go to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. First one up and good. He's now 4 of 4 from the line.
Nathan Rolfe really crashed in on the board that time, and that's what the Cats need to do. We need to start getting those offensive boards as well as defensive. Can't give Jackson 3 and 4 shots at each possession.
And Rolfe hits the second one. Full court pressure by the Bearcats is broken as Berglund gets across midcourt. He'll get it up top to Turner. Turner cuts in the lane. Shot over Rolfe. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rolfe with the rebound. Gets it off to Hardy up court for Lehman. Back to Hardy, and the Bearcats will set things up. Get it to Caskey. 3-pointer on the way. Rims in and out and drops back in again. Chris Caskey with the 3-point basket. He has 5 points for the Bearcats. Inbounds stolen away by Rolfe under the basket. Goes up and good. Nathan Rolfe to steal and the basket. Bearcat lead is 10 points. Inbounds comes into Eric Green, and Jackson wants the timeout as the Bearcats have their biggest lead. 48-38 with 4:50 left in the quarter, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Lockwood's Carpet in Douglas carries a complete line of floor covering, carpets, vinyl, and ceramic at the lowest prices. Professional installation, too. The Lockwoods wish the Bearcats the best of luck. Plains Motor Supply is your Napa Auto Parts dealer, serving Douglas since 1948 with the best auto parts available. Plains Motor Supply at 109 South 1st Street, near the tracks in downtown Douglas, says good luck, Bearcats.
Nathan Rolfe with 8 points in the quarter. He now has 19 points for the game for the Bearcats, as they've moved out to a 10-point lead, and they've done it with defense, Ace.
They sure have, Tom. I'll tell you what, these kids are really sticking that pressure to Jackson, and it's really causing a lot of problems for Jackson. They don't know how to deal with that full court press.
Bearcats can really run off a lot of points in a hurry. We've seen them do this several times. Let's see if Jackson has got things settled out as they come back the other way. Pass comes inside, goes to Green, shot way off the mark. Rolfe with the rebound. His long outlet is tipped. Hardy comes up with it. Pass here on the near side to Caskey. Sails out of bounds. A bad pass was behind Caskey. So Jackson gets it right back. Shaynor will play it in. He gets it into Berglund. He's across midcourt. Bearcats in a 2-3 defense right now. The pass comes to Shaynor. Pulls up at the free throw line. His pass tipped by Caskey. Back to Shaynor. Up over Tomlin. Shot won't go. Follow up by McKee, and he makes it, and he's fouled again.
The Cats have just got to get position on those boards. They can't try to go up and get a rebound out of position. You end up with a foul just like that.
Lehman picks it up this time, his second, and Jace McKee looking to complete yet another 3-point play. Free throw on the way. It's off the front of the rim. No good, and Tomlin rips down the rebound. He gets it off to Hardy. Up to Nathan Rolfe. Rolfe pulls up to the top of the key, off to Caskey, back to Hardy. Pass down low along the baseline for Tomlin. It's tipped away by McKee. It goes out of bounds. And the Bearcats will play it in on their own baseline. Caskey to play it in. Comes in to Hardy on the near side. Up top for Rolfe. Open for 3. He'll try it. It's off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound comes to Hardy. Off to Lehman. Back to Hardy. Try and set Lehman up inside. Shot over McKee is up and good. Mike Lehman gives up about 4 inches to Jace McKee and shot it over him anyhow and got the basket. Green gets it just behind midcourt up to Berglund here on the near side. Lehman stops him. Now to McKee on the baseline. 15-footer is short. Tomlin with another rebound. Bearcats back quickly. Caskey pulls up to the top of the key. His pass tipped. Lehman comes up with it. It's blocked by McKee and goes out of bounds. Bearcats will maintain control of the ball. 3:34 left in the quarter. Bearcats still with a 10-point lead at 50-40. Caskey will play it in here on the near side. Comes into Hardy. To Caskey down in the near corner. Back up for Hardy. Cross court for Rolfe. Looking for Tomlin down low, and it's stolen away by McKee. Just slipped in front of Tomlin that time. Gets it off to Shaner. On the near side comes to Green. Baseline, and they kick it underneath for McKee. Shot over Lehman, won't go. Rolfe out with the rebound. He's running with it. Has it stolen away. McKee takes it. Lays it up, and good from the left side as he gets it against Rolfe. And no one back to help out John Hardy. Finally, Lehman comes up. Rolfe. Rolfe now with the ball. Up to Hardy, out inside for Tom Tomlin. Now to Lehman, turnaround from about 12 is up and good. Mike Lehman struggled from the field in regionals, but he's shooting well here this afternoon. 6 of 9 from the field for Mike Lehman. Jackson breaks the press. They get it to McKee, and he gets the shot over Mike Lehman. Too easy that time. Bearcats have to make it a little bit tougher than that. Hardy back the other way, pulls up at the free throw line. Shot won't go. 3 Bronx there. They fight each other for the ball and lose it, and Tomlin comes up with it. He'll go up for the shot. It's no good, but he'll be fouled. 3 Jackson Bronx all had their hands on it, and they fought each other for it, and it ended up coming right to Tom Tomlin. Tomlin couldn't get it to go down, but he is fouled. They'll call the foul on Ryan Shaner, and it's Tomlin at the free throw line for the first time today. Tomlin, a good free throw shooter. First one is up and good. His first point. Looking to get the lead back to 10 points here with the second one. It's on the way. It's off the back of the rim. Lehman with the rebound. Fakes against McKee. Goes up on the baseline. Up and good. Mike Lehman with 8 points in the quarter. 14 for the game. Inbounds comes to Green. Gets it off to Shaner. Gets double teamed at midcourt. He gets out of that. Now gets away from Hardy. Cuts down the lane underneath. Lays it off to McKee. Up and good. Jace McKee with another basket. I can't even count real fast here how many points he has, but he has most of the Jackson points here in this quarter. Caskey up top for Hardy, looking in low for Lehman. Passes tipped by Berglund. Outlet stolen by Hardy. Knocked back into the backcourt now by McKee, and he won't be able to chase it down. Bearcats will get the ball.
Okay, Tom. Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness. They're going to give the ball to Jackson. Sure looks like Jace McKee kicked it out of bounds, but apparently not. Checking back in for the Bronx will be number 44, John Wilson, and also Robert Turner back in there. They have Green, McKee, and Berglund, the other 3 in there for Jackson. Pass comes in the low post for Wilson. Shot is up and good. Didn't look real pretty, but it dropped. John Wilson gets his first basket. Now Jackson with the full court pressure. Inbounds comes to Lehman, off to Hardy. Almost stolen. Hardy gets it across midcourt to Lehman. Coming in from the right side. He'll pull up. 8-footer is short, and we've got a foul on the rebound. Looks like it'll be on Tomlin. Tom Tomlin will pick up his second and will come back the other way and shoot free throws, I believe. As let's see, Jace McKee, 16 points in the third quarter. He's keeping Jackson in it right now. As they decide who it is will shoot the free throws here down at the other end. And it looks like Ryan Shaner is 1 of 1 from the line in the game. In for the Bearcats, David Philo will come in, and John Hardy will sit down. Hardy has made it through the balance of this quarter without picking up that fourth foul. Shaner with the 1-and-1 opportunity. Free throw on the way, and it's good, so he'll get a second. Bearcat lead is slowly but surely dwindling down to 6 points now. Could be 5 after this free throw. Shaner, it's on the way, and it's good. 55-50. Inbounds comes to David Philo. Full court pressure by Jackson. We'll have a foul in the backcourt on Eric Green. His first. and I believe the fourth team foul now on Jackson, so the Bearcats will play it in. Still in the back court, so they'll still face the full court pressure. Nathan Rolfe will play the ball in. Long pass comes in high to Tomlin, gets it back to Nathan Rolfe. And Rolfe will work his way up court. Now it's a pull up on the dribble, gets it to Lehman. Down court for Tomlin, open from about 13. Shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Rolfe, no good, but he's fouled. Nathan Rolfe with the offensive rebound once again, and he draws the foul.
Tom Mason's just playing an outstanding game today, I'll tell you. He's all over the floor, putting up shots, hustle, scoring. A heck of an afternoon for Nathan Rolfe. He drops his first free throw.
Personal was called on John Wilson. That's 3 on Wilson. As Rolfe will hit or set for the second. He made the first, second one on the way, and that one also good. So Rolfe now 7 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. And the Bearcats are 8 of 9 from the line. Shaner working up court against pressure. Picked up by David Philo. Now he gets across mid-court. Gets it to Turner. Back to Shaner. Drives in, gets double teamed, kicks it out to Berglund in the far corner. Back to Shaner up top now for Green. Back the other way to Berglund. Back up top again for Shaner. They come near side here for Green. He'll try the long jumper. It won't go. Underneath, Shaner gets the rebound. He goes up and blocked, and we should have a jump ball here. That's what they call. Looks like Nathan Rolfe, I think, who got his hand up there and stuffed Berglund, or excuse me, stuffed Shaner under the basket. Arrow pointing the Jackson way, so they'll play it in on their own baseline. Long pass comes to Green, fakes the three, gets Caskey up in the air, then passes on the far side, and Turner will try the three. It's short. Rolfe with another rebound. He'll bring it across midcourt himself. Spins out of pressure. Now he's double teamed, gets it off to Lehman. Pass on the near side for Tom Tomlin. Up top now for Philo, down to 15 seconds, and the Bearcats will hold it for one shot. To Tomlin up top, 8 seconds left. Tomlin near side for David Philo. Pass inside for Lehman is stolen away by Wilson. He'll try a three-quarters court shot with 1 second left. It goes about half the court, and Wilson misses at the buzzer, and the Bearcats will end the third quarter with a 57-50 lead. And we'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this 30-second timeout.
Rely on Mentor Sand and Gravel, ready-mix concrete, and asphalt paving of Douglas for everything from a sidewalk to a road. Mentor Sand and Gravel in Douglas at 358-4482. Call your Culligan man, Dwayne Siepken, in Douglas at 358-2898. Water softening and conditioning equipment, service, sales, and supplies. Hey, Culligan man.
And Converse County Memorial Hospital, your hospital caring for your needs. Complete professional care and health and outpatient clinics. Converse County Memorial Hospital in Douglas.
The Casper Event Center, the Bearcats playing their first round game here at the 3A State Basketball Tournament. And the Bearcats lead it by 7 points as we head into the final 8 minutes. Douglas will have the ball first here as we start out the fourth quarter. Welch back in along with Hardy. And they'll have Caskey, Rolfe, and Lehman on the front line. Inbounds comes to Hardy. He'll bring it across midcourt. John Hardy up to Lehman. Back to John Hardy. Hardy gets a block, cuts to the left. Now pass at the free throw line to Lehman. Shot over McKee, a little bit too hard. Rebound tip comes back to Lehman. Goes back up with it, up and good. Mike Lehman, what more can you say about him this game? He's playing an awfully good game here for the Bearcats. Pass comes to Turner across midcourt, breaking the pressure. To Berglund on the far wing. Now to Shaynor down low on the far side. They swing it back around to Turner, near side for Green. Looking down low for Jace McKee. Pass is tipped and stolen by Todd Welch. He gets it up to Hardy. Hardy across midcourt. Gets it off on the far side for Rolfe. Baseline jumper, a little bit too hard. Hardy chases down the rebound. He'll cut back in, comes in from the left side, lays it up with the right hand up, and good. John Hardy with the basket. Long pass down the other way for Turner. Sails out of bounds. The Bearcats will get the ball. Tried to beat Douglas on the long full court pass that time, and they threw it a little bit too hard. Turner couldn't gather it in, and the Bearcats will play it in. Their biggest lead now, 11 points. As Welch will play the ball inbounds, it comes to to Rolfe. Rolfe gets it off to Hardy, back to Nathan Rolfe, cuts in the lane, goes up against McKee, leaves it short, and McKee pulls down the rebound, and we're going to have another stupid foul here as Lehman just kind of poked his hand in there, and I believe it will be on Mike Lehman here. If it is, it's his third. Todd Welch, they'll call it on Welch, and that's 5 on Todd Welch. Todd Welch done for the afternoon already for the Bearcats. He'll go out with 9 points. He'll go out with 11 points for the Bearcats. Had 9 points in the first quarter and then got into foul trouble, and we really haven't seen a whole lot of him since then.
No, we sure haven't, Tom. I'll tell you what, that's going to hurt the Bearcats a little bit. That they're a strong bench. Coach Ames got subs in there, and too bad for Todd to see him out this early in the ball game. He did have a good afternoon.
McKee at the line for the 1-and-1, misses the first, and Lehman pulls down the rebound. Back the other way, Nathan Rolfe brings it across midcourt. Gets it up top for Hardy. 6:35 left in the fourth quarter. Pass on the far wing for Nathan Rolfe with Schonar on him. Swing it around the other way. Hardy gets it down low for Caskey. Caskey gets double-teamed, kicks it back out for Hardy. Hardy, the jump pass to Lehman. They swing it back the other way. Pass knocked away by Schonar. He tries to save it. It goes into the backcourt, and Hardy chases it down. Long pass up court for Nathan Rolfe. Stolen from behind by Turner. Turner on the run. Gets it up court to McKee. He goes up with it. Oh, how can that not be thrown away?
My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. He jumped up, lost the ball. He came back down with it, then put it back up and in. Credit him with the basket, but they sure missed the call that time. As Nathan Rolfe gets across midcourt, the Bearcats will call a timeout. They lead at 61-52 with 5:57 left in the fourth quarter, and we'll be back for more Bearcat basketball action here on KWIV in Douglas after this 30-second timeout.
They thought the Cats had enough hand in on there to justify the travel, or what the heck. We sure missed it.
Although Todd Welch has already fouled out of the game, one good thing to see for Todd Welch after he shot so poorly, shot 15% from the field in the regional tournament, and he's 5 of 9 this afternoon, including a 3-point basket, and he finishes with 11 points for the Bearcats this afternoon. In fact, he and Lehman both struggled from the field in regionals, and they've both shot pretty well here this afternoon. Bearcats will play it in. Caskey to put the ball inbounds. Gets it to Hardy into the backcourt. As Jackson looks like they've shifted back into a man-to-man defense. Pass on the far side for Rolfe. To Tomlin, passes behind him. It's taken away. Schonar takes it all the way, coast to coast, lays it up, and good. Ryan Schonar gets the basket for the Bronx. Hardy plays it into Nathan Rolfe. Full court pressure by Jackson. Rolfe gets it up court to Tomlin. Tomlin will now hold it up and get it up top for Hardy, and the Bearcats will set on the offense. Pass to Tomlin in the high post, back to Hardy. On the far sideline, it comes to Chris Caskey. 5:15 left in the quarter. Nathan Rolfe, 3-point range, now near side for Tomlin. Long jumper off the side of the rim, but there's Caskey with the rebound, up and good. Chris Caskey gets the basket. Long pass is tipped, and Turner comes out with it. They get it to McKee on the baseline, and we'll have a foul before the shot. Looks like Lehman will pick it up on the block. Mike Lehman has his third for the Bearcats. They've already lost Todd Welch, and they have Hardy and Lehman each with 3 personals. Going through the line, it will be Jace McKee, and he should be getting the 1-and-1 here. First one on the way and good, so he'll get one more. 4:58 left in the fourth quarter. Jace McKee, second one on the way, and it's good. McKee now with 30 points in the game. Inbounds comes to Rolfe. It's tipped away from him in the backcourt, goes out of bounds, and Douglas will try it in again, play it on the far sideline this time. Hardy to play the ball in. Comes to Nathan Rolfe. He's got a clear lane in front of him. Takes it all the way up against Schonar and lays it up and good. His long down-court pass for Green trying to cherry pick. And he's called for the traveling violation. It was Mike Lehman who hurried back on the defense and forced the turnover that time. Turner travels. And the Bearcats will play it in once again. Credit Mike Lehman with forcing the turnover. Long pass, Nathan Rolfe gets away from Schonar, lays it up and good. Nathan Rolfe hits it again as caught Schonar by surprise that time. He headed towards Rolfe and then took off down the court, and Hardy just lobbed the inbounds to him. Here's a long pass up across midcourt intended for Chris Partridge, who checks back in, and he throws it too hard. Turnover by Jackson. And they're starting to look a little bit flustered out there, Abe.
They sure are, Tom. I'll tell you what, they last couple times down the floor have trying to apply a lot of pressure to the Cats, and it seems like it's just backfiring on them a little bit. He's got that long lob down floor and been able to capitalize with 2-point score each time down the floor.
Back in the game for Jackson, John Wilson back in, and Eric Green checks back in. Hardy will play the ball inbounds. This time they try it with Caskey, and the pass was too short. Bergman gets the steal. Pass up top goes to Turner, off to McKee, three-pointer around the rim, no good. Long rebound tipped out to Wilson. He's double-teamed, and he's called for the double dribble, as he had Caskey and Nathan Rolfe both jumping like wild men up and down in front of him. And he's called for the double dribble. Inbounds comes to Nathan Rolfe, looking at full court pressure. Back to John Hardy. Works the ball up against Berglund. Gets away from Berglund. Pulls up at the free throw line, off on the far wing for Tomlin. Back up top for Hardy. Bearcats lead it by 11. Coming up on 4 minutes left in the game. Pass to Tomlin. To Nathan Rolfe. Cuts down the baseline. Goes up. Misses the shot. Lehman can't follow. Rolfe with the rebound, and he's fouled. Bearcats get 3 chances that time. Actually, both teams have been pretty good on the offensive boards. I don't know if they're doing well on the offensive boards or if they're just doing poorly on the defensive boards. In any case, the personal foul going to go against Wilson again. Isn't? Let's say they haven't put it up on the board yet. In any case, we'll have Nathan Rolfe at the line for, I believe, for the 1-and-1. They called a foul on Robert Turner, his first.
I think just a little physical on that under the board there on that rebound, and I think the referees will rush right out there to break those two up. Thought there was going to be a little fur flying, but
on the 1-and-1 opportunity, Rolfe gets the first one to drop. There were some tempers flaring for a moment there, weren't there? Rolfe sets for the second. It's good. He's perfect from the free throw line after missing some key free throws down the stretch against Torrington last week. He's sure making up for it today. Wilson has the ball in the back court, gets across, mid-court pass on the far side for Berglund. Up top for Turner, they swing it near side for Green. He loses it out of bounds. Started to pass it, and Rolfe jumped in his face. He tried to pull it back, and it just slipped right out of his hands. Bearcats get the ball once again. They play it into Rolfe. Rolfe has to pull up on the dribble. He has McKee covering. Pass hits Hardy in the ankle. Lehman comes up with it, dribbles out of a double team, and 10-second violation. Doesn't get it across midcourt. 3:32 left in the fourth quarter. Bearcats with a 13-point lead here after those 2 free throws by Rolfe, their biggest lead of the game. Inbounds comes to Berglund. Up top for Green, pass stolen by Caskey. He runs over Green, and who will we call the foul on? Looks like, not Green, Turner. And Turner going to pick it up. Well, that's a tough call either way. And
either way, Tom.
Either way, that the person is going to feel like he got robbed, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll tell you what, credit Chris Caskey with the hustle on that play.
As Turner picks up his second, he's out there kind of wandering around. He took a pretty good shot that time. Caskey to the line for the first time, shooting the 1-and-1. Free throw is short. Rolfe with the rebound, goes back up. Partially blocked, I believe, by McKee. And Jackson back the other way. Here's Turner, cuts down the lane, shot over Hardy. In and out, and Rolfe with another rebound. Off to Hardy, up court for Lehman. On the left side, dribbles once, lays it up. Oh, too hard. And Wilson chases down the rebound. His pass up to Turner is stolen away by Hardy, who falls out of bounds with the ball on the far sideline. So Jackson will get the ball back. 3:06 left in the game. Bearcats still with the 13-point lead. Pass comes into Berglund, down low for McKee. Dribbles once, gets past Lehman, lays it up and good. Jace McKee with 32 points in the game. Now back the other way. Wilson gets the steal on Tomlin. Back to McKee, and his pass is knocked out of bounds by Chris Caskey, who had a little unsportsmanlike gesture to McKee in his face. Fortunately, it was not seen by the officials. Pass comes into McKee. He'll be double-teamed by Hardy and Rolfe. Gets the pass off to Wilson. He pulls up on the dribble, now gets the pass to Berglund across midcourt, near side for Turner, down low. Three-pointer on the way by Green. It won't go. McKee tips the rebound, goes up with it. Shot won't go, and he'll be fouled from behind by Hardy. I think Hardy wanted to foul the first time as they kind of took turns going over each other's backs that time. But they'll give it to Hardy. That's his fourth. He's done a good job of going a long way without picking up that fourth one.
He sure has, Tom. I'll tell you what, three quick fouls that first half. Just now picking up the fourth.
Jace McKee at the line, misses the first. McKee with 32 points in the game. Second one up and good, so he gets one of two, and the Bearcat lead is 10 points at 69-59. Inbounds to Rolfe. He's double-teamed. Oh, they call the jump ball as Berglund got his hand on the ball. And they'll call the jump. Arrow pointing Douglas's way. As we have into the Bronx lineup, it's Ryan Shaynor who checks back in. Wilson will sit down. And the arrow was pointing Jackson's way. Pass comes into Turner. They swing it around on the far side for Green. He'll try from three. It's no good. Rolfe and McKee fight for the rebound, and we'll have a jump ball. And this time I'm sure the arrow is pointing Douglas's way. Long pass comes from Hardy. Two Bearcats all alone down behind, and Tom Tomlin gets the slam assist from Mike Lehman.
I'll tell you what, that's about people off their seats in the Douglas.
Long down court pass, hits and saves on the baseline by Rolfe. He saves it to Hardy. Douglas back the other way. Lehman comes in from the left side, banks it up, no good. Caskey with the rebound, can't follow. He saves it on the baseline. And the Bearcats will get the ball, and we'll have a traveling violation called on Tomlin. Boy, Tomlin just about brought down the whole backboard with that slam dunk there. Thank goodness for collapsible rims. Pass on the far side comes to Berglund. For Green in the corner, three-pointer is up and good. Green hits the three, and the Bearcat lead is 9 points. Hardy gets it inbounds to Caskey, right back to Hardy, and he'll get across midcourt. Back to Caskey. A minute 38 left in the game. Bearcats lead at 71-62. Tomlin gets the pass, hounded by Green, gets the pass off to Lehman. Now to Caskey up top. Off to Rolfe as the Bearcats try and work some clock here. Turner will come over, and he'll be called for the foul on Nathan Rolfe. Third on Turner, and Rolfe will go to the line again. Nathan Rolfe, 9 of 9 from the free throw line, and Nathan has 27 points in the game. First one up and good, so he'll get a second on the 1-and-1 opportunity. If the Bearcats go on and win here this afternoon, they would play in the semifinals tomorrow as Rolfe hits the second one. And Jackson wants to time out here as they trail at 73-62, a minute 26 left in the game, and we'll be back for the final minute 26 after this 30-second timeout.
Curtin's Liquor in Douglas, where they're always high in spirits. Old Silas says, go Bearcats and show them what spirit is all about. This message is brought to you from Old Silas and Curtin's Package Liquor. Dean Gully Motors proud to support Douglas youth at all their endeavors, academic, community projects, and sports. Dean Gully Motors wishes the girls and boys basketball teams the best of luck at regionals. Come home number 1.
My Realty Company in Douglas wants to be your realty company. Call any one of the complete real estate professionals at 358-6442. My Realty Company.
And welcome back here to the Casper Event Center as the Bearcats have the 11-point lead, and Jackson will have the ball when we come back in.
I'll tell you, Tom, that last time down the floor, the Cats were just content to hold on the ball, ran off little time on the clock, and that's the first time they've let up all afternoon.
Yeah, they've really had the intense effort once again. Bergwin gets across midcourt as we're back to action. Pass up top for Shaynor. Shaynor looking for the three. He'll try it. Off the back of the rim. Long rebound. Hardy reels it in, and he gets it off to Nathan Rolfe. Rolfe will be double teamed, pulls up on the dribble, gets it across court to Lehman. Lehman fakes, tries to dribble, and he'll be fouled by Eric Green. So Mike Lehman goes to the line. Mike Lehman, a big game for the Bearcats this afternoon, 16 points, and this will be his first trip to the line. A minute 4 left in the game. Lehman gets the 1-and-1. First one up off the back of the rim. No good. Tomlin with the rebound. He'll just kick it up top for Caskey. Back to Hardy for Nathan Rolfe. He'll be wrapped up by McKee. Jace McKee picks up his second, and the Bearcats will go back to the free throw line. Big rebound there by Tom Tomlin. Down to 57 seconds left, and the Bearcats will try and expand that 11-point lead. So we're saying should the Bearcats win here, they'll go on to the semifinal. That will be at 6:30 tomorrow night at Casper College. They'll take on the winner of the Glen Rock Lander game. As Rolfe continues his perfect day from the free throw line, hits the first one, he'll get another, and that's nothing but net. Nathan Rolfe, I believe 11 of 11 now from the line. Inbounds comes to McKee, knocked away from behind by Caskey, chased down by Genzer. His cross-court pass comes to Berglund, who loses it out of bounds. Bearcats will get it back with 50 seconds left and a 13-point lead.
Tom, the Cats slowed down a little bit on the offensive end of the floor, but I'll tell you what, they have slacked up a bit on defense.
Inbound comes to Caskey, back to Hardy, loses control of it. Shaynor comes away with it. He'll cut down the lane, lays it up, and good, and he's fouled. Not what the Bearcats wanted to do. If they're going to get an easy two, they might as well just let them go and let the clock keep running. But Shaynor makes it, and the personal is going to be called, I believe, on Nathan Rolfe. Shaynor will go to the free throw line for one more shot here. It's no good. Tomlin with another big rebound gets it to Nathan Rolfe. He's across midcourt. Down low for Lehman, all alone. Lays it up and in. Wanted the slam, but didn't quite get up high enough. He kind of lost it out of his hand, but he lays it in. Down into the final 30 seconds. Here's Shaynor, dishes it off underneath for Jace McKee, who puts it up, and good. Inbound for Rolfe. Long down court pass comes for Tomlin, looking for another slam. Oh, and he stops and was going to let McKee jump over him, and McKee came and stripped it out of his hands. It goes out of bounds. So the Bearcats will play it in. 16 seconds left. Looks like the Bearcats will move on to the state semifinals. Hardy plays it in for Rolfe, knocked away from behind. Genzer comes out with it. Gets it to Berglund, underneath for McKee, who misses the layup. Tomlin with the rebound. Long down court pass for Lehman. Touch pass to Caskey. Back to Lehman. Lays it up, no good, but he'll be fouled with 1 second left. Genzer comes over and gets the foul, Jarrett Genzer. And Mike Lehman will look to finish off the day with a couple of free throws.
Tom, we're seeing some awful long faces on the Jackson bench, and it's a shame somebody has to lose. These kids really come out and play their hearts out today also.
Lehman hits the first free throw. And they came out and played the running game with the Bearcats, and in the long run, I think that might have been part of their undoing today. Played right into Douglas's hands. They got off to a quick early start, but Douglas, once they got their feet under them, really used it to their advantage as Lehman hits them both. And we'll have Hardy making a steal at the buzzer, and that is the game. The Bearcats win it 79-66. They'll move on to the state semifinals tomorrow night getting ready to face the winner of the Lander-Glenrock game later on this evening. The Bearcats win it by 13 points and move on to the state semifinals. And we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Doc Chimney Chimney Cleaning does complete chimney cleaning and sells accessories and also carries Avalon and Hearthstone stoves and Ventura pellet stoves. Doc Chimney, 358-5420 in Douglas. Power Resources Highland Uranium Project, happy to support the Douglas Bearcats. Power Resources dedicated to living and working in Converse County for a better economy and a safe environment. Good luck, Bearcats, from Power Resources.
County Bank, your hometown bank in Douglas, wishes the Bearcats the best at regional basketball tournaments. Douglas boys and girls set standards for the rest of the state, and their standards are always high. Best of luck to you from the Converse County Bank. Where others have their branches, we have our roots. Member FDIC.
James A. Hardy, attorney at law, 900 South Grant Street in Douglas, always proud to be a Douglas Bearcat sponsor. Call 358-6818. James and Karen Hardy wish the Douglas Bearcats success. Get great meals in a warm, friendly atmosphere at Fat Ed's Cafe, 11th and Richards, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with daily specials. Treat the whole family to a great sit-down meal, or for a carry-out, call Fat Ed's, 358-6330. Michael Manor, offering 24-hour professional care. Michael Manor, small enough to offer a home-like atmosphere and able to give more special care. Michael Manor of Douglas, phone 358-3397. Converse County Bank is truly a hometown bank. Converse County Bank, locally owned, that means that they are locally concerned. Converse County Bank, hometown banking at its best. Member FDIC. Mentor Sand and Gravel, for everything from a sidewalk to a road. The folks at Mentor Sand and Gravel are behind the Bearcats all the way this season. And Key Insurance Services, for complete insurance protection, representing many of the nation's finest insurance companies. Key Insurance Services welcomes Kathy Felton. Key Insurance, 358-3335.
1 down and 2 to go, I guess. They win their opening round game here this afternoon as they defeat the Jackson Bronx 79-66. It was a real up-tempo game. Jackson came out ready to run with the Bearcats at the outset, and they jumped out to a quick early 6-point lead, but the Bearcats kind of got their feet under them and came back with a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter at 17-14. It was kind of a back-and-forth game all throughout the second quarter, and Douglas held on to that 3-point lead at the end of the first half. It was 31-28, and the Bearcats really applied the defensive pressure in that second half. It started getting to Jackson, and the Douglas Bearcats shot much better from the field. Just looking, it looks like they shot better than 50% from the field in the second half as they moved out to a 7-point lead at the end of the third quarter at 57-50 and outscore Jackson 22-16 in that final quarter and win it by 13 points, 79-66. Big win for the Bearcats. They got some players who struggled a little bit last weekend back on the right track, it looked like, and hopefully that signals good things for the Bearcats for the rest of this state tournament. As I said, they'll play at 6:30 tomorrow night, taking on the winner of the Lander-Glenrock game, and that game will be at Casper College. We're expecting head coach Rich Yeaman to come over and visit with us for a few minutes, and we'll also finish up our statistics here. And right now we'll go back to the station for a 60-second timeout.
Doc Chimney Chimney Cleaning does complete chimney cleaning and sells accessories and also carries Avalon and Hearthstone stoves and Ventura pellet stoves. Doc Chimney, 358-5420 in Douglas. Power Resources Highland Uranium Project, happy to support the Douglas Bearcats. Power Resources dedicated to living and working in Converse County for a better economy and a safe environment. Good luck, Bearcats, from Power Resources. Wishing the Bearcats the best of luck, Pacific Power and Light Company, serving Wyoming's power needs with ever-increasing efficiency. Good luck from Pacific Power and Light. Register each week at Boland's Food Market to win one $50 and two $25 grocery gift certificates. Boland's Food Market, your hometown grocer in Douglas at 130 South 4th Street. Russell Construction is your complete general contractor in Douglas, doing commercial and residential construction. Call Glenn or Ron at 358-3788.
Bearcats have moved on to the semifinals. Just looking at this really quickly, in fact, the Bearcats did shoot better than 50% in that second half after going 13 of 36 in the first half. They were 17 of 33 from the field in the second half, I think, in due to a large part is they got some really easy shots there coming down the stretch. They broke the press, got some easy shots, and when you're like Ace mentioned, the high percentage slam dunk, well, those kind of tend to bring up the field goal percentage when those happen. Overall, Bearcats led by Nathan Rolfe, who scores 31 points this afternoon. He was 9 of 27 from the field, missed his only three-point attempt, and was 13 of 13 from the free throw line this afternoon. A great performance there by Nathan Rolfe, 31 points. Mike Lehman put in 20 for the Bearcats today, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 for 3 from the line for 20 points. And for the rest of the way, the Bearcats, Chris Caskey, 7 points. He was 3 of 6 from the field, including 1 of 2 on three-point shots. Missed his only free throw attempt for 7 for Caskey. John Hardy finishes with 4 points. Didn't score a whole lot of points, but as always was the key to that pressure defense. Had, I'd say, 4 or 5 steals and was also in some foul trouble in that first half. Hardy, 2 of 5 from the field, including a missed three-point shot. 4 for Hardy. Tom Tomlin finishes with 3 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. And David Philo, 1 of 3 from the field, including 1 of 2 from three-point range for 3 points. Shad Bellard, David LaPlante, and Jeff Philo all played briefly this afternoon, and none of them scored. Leading scorer for Jackson was Jace McKee, who finishes with 35 points. Ryan Shaner had 15, and Robert Turner finishes with 9 points as the leading scorers for Jackson. So the Bearcats move on to the semifinal game at 6:30 tomorrow night, and Jackson moves into the consolation round. They'll play at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. Bearcats will wait and see who they play, either Lander or Glenrock, as we see Coach Yeaman heading over this way. So we'll talk with head coach Rich Yeaman after this 30-second timeout.
Lockwood's Carpet in Douglas carries a complete line of floor covering, carpets, vinyl, and ceramic at the lowest prices. Professional installation, too. The Lockwoods wish the Bearcats the best of luck. Plains Motor Supply is your Napa Auto Parts dealer, serving Douglas since 1948 with the best auto parts available. Plains Motor Supply at 109 South 1st Street, near the tracks in downtown Douglas, says good luck, Bearcats.
And welcome back here to the Casper Events Center. A good effort here for the Bearcats here in this opening round game for them as head coach Rich Yeaman makes his way over. And, well, congratulations, Coach. I guess it's 1 down and 2 to go, huh?
Well, Tom. We ran and we jumped, and we made a nice run in the third quarter and controlled the tempo of the ball game. And they had to play catch up. We're just extremely proud of the way our players played. They played with a lot of emotion, and they simply weren't to be denied. They're on a mission now, and as you said just a moment ago, 1 down and 2 to go.
Yeah, the Bearcats have really intense effort again today. I sit here and watch these guys and think, how could I be out there and not collapse after the end of the third quarter after I see some of the efforts both ways. You see guys like Caskey and Hardy. Of course, Hardy was in some foul trouble early, which you guys, I thought, did a good job of working through. And they just put out the effort full time up and down the court. And Jackson came out. They kind of went with the up-tempo game starting out the game. They got out to a quick early lead, but I thought in the long run it might have helped you. It might have played into your hands a little bit.
Well, and I agree with you. I think the story of the ball game is that's uncharacteristic of Jackson. I saw 3 tapes of them, and they were pretty much a slow down, deliberate type basketball team, and they tried to run with us, and that was their first mistake. We're thoroughbreds, and they've got big, tall players, and we were completely outsized inside. When they came in with Wilson, who was 6'7", and McKee at 6'5", and Shaner at 6'3", and we legitimately have players at 6'2", but one of the things that people don't realize is, we can jump right out of the gym. And we're so darn quick, and that's something you can't coach is quickness, and heart, and that's exactly, what won us the ball game today is the fact that, we played with tremendous heart, and we were on, like I say, on a mission. It was a great team victory for us. You alluded to a foul trouble with John Hardy, and David Philo came in and gave us some quality time. David LaPlante came in and got a key rebound for us, gave us an opportunity to rest some people. Tom Tomlin came in and got the big-time jam, that really gave us, in the closing moments of the ball game, that extra added incentive, to the killer instinct, so to speak, to go right to the juggler. You bet. And so, and the players that didn't get in the ball game, if you look up and down the bench, they even though they're not in the ball game, they have the same amount of intensity as the players on the team. And, we're truly that team, and I think that's our real strength.
Another good thing to see was after Mike Lehman and Todd Welch had such a cold shooting regional tournament, they both came back here this afternoon and both shot really well.
Well, in my infinite wisdom, I asked Todd Welch, how he was feeling on Monday, and he said, "Don't sweat it, Coach." He says, "I'm going to go get me a new set of contacts." And he didn't get two, but he got one, and by gosh, if he can shoot like that, I'll pay for the other one. My wife doesn't know that. One thing that I don't know if you're aware of is that during the course of this whole ball game, 32 minutes, we missed a grand total of 3 free throws. We were 82% from the foul line.
We had Nathan Rolfe 13 of 13 here this afternoon.
And, Coach Siegel right away claimed fame to being the free throw shooting coach this week. But, I just can't say enough about the effort of our players, and we came to the tournament, with a very positive attitude. I was concerned about, the mental aspect of our kids after losing such a heartbreaker. And, as it turned out, that was a blessing in disguise. We would have had to play at 9 a.m., and as I said to you before, we're not a.m. people. We don't play well in the morning. And so, Powell Panthers turned around and knocked off the #1 team in the state. And Ron Laird's a very good friend of mine. He said to me just, a couple of months ago, he said, "I don't see what's so hard about Powell." He said, "I beat him." And, so we had to play Jackson in the afternoon game, and we've got that one under our belts now, and, we're going to anxiously be looking for tonight to the Lander Glenrock game, and of course, we'll play the winner of that. And, don't sell our neighbor from Converse County short. If Jake Hager and Mark Hiller come out and, shoot, and make the perimeter shot, they can get anyone fit, as we well know.
Yeah, they were my pick as the upset here on the boys' side. But anyhow, really exciting game to watch, a really great effort from the Bearcats, and tomorrow's a night game. It's at 6:30, so all the people who were at work today can come on up tomorrow. The game will be at Casper College, and we should have the Bearcat faithful there, hopefully up as high as the team is.
Well, I hope so, and I tell you what, I can tell you right now, it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I know a lot of the Lander players. I had the opportunity to coach them down at Benny D's Cowboy Camp this past summer. In fact, they were on my team. And so Lynn Smith and Dean Washington, I know those two people real well, and Coach Schaefer does a great job with that program there, and, he's a former coach at Newcastle, and he likes the up-tempo type of basketball game. So, we could see a high-scoring affair tomorrow. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the score in a high 90s or maybe even crack the century mark because, they like to get up and down the floor, and we do too, and, it could end up being a tennis match.
Okay, a really great effort for you this afternoon, and we'll look forward to tomorrow. And thanks for coming over and visiting with us.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, head coach Rich Yeaman, obviously a happy coach this afternoon as the Bearcats get the big win. Once again, the final score, 79-66. We'll remind you that our games tonight, we will have the Glen Rock boys game as they'll be taking on Lander. That will be on our sister station, FM 99, and for you folks in Glen Rock, hopefully you will be able to hear that. I noticed I could pick up FM 99 all the way past Glen Rock, so hopefully you'll be able to hear all of that game tonight at 8. After that, we have the Lady Bearcats at 9:30 tonight as they'll be taking on Warland, and that will be at 9:30. Also on FM 99 as we have the Cowboys on KWIV tonight. So the Bearcats win at 79-66 over Jackson. And for Ace Halstead, this is Tom Stokes bidding you a good afternoon from the Casper Event Center.
Rely on Mentor Sand and Gravel, ready mix and asphalt paving of Douglas for everything.